Hello and welcome back for another Supreme Cube draft. We opened up this pack and I think I want to take a channel here. I haven't drafted a channel deck yet, but starting with it, maybe I can build around it. And then with the channel, what else do I want? Trend Dynamo is like a decent thing to channel out, but it's also a little lackluster. There's Crucible if we maybe can get into the Strip Mine deck, which is another deck that I want to try and make work still, or there's Remand as a decent blue card. I think I'll take the Crucible. It's more unique and it is a deck that I love and I still want to try and make it work even though Strip Mine with all of these mocks and maybe not the best thing to be doing. Let's just take the Crucible. We're not giving up too much here. What do we have here? I think if we want to try channel, then taking this Tropical Island is good. A lot of the decks, even the channel decks, still end up blue, so having a blue dual that actually lets us cast channel seems good. So that's one. And then honestly, I think the other pick is just Scalding Turn. There's not that many other cards that I'm really interested in. Abrade's pretty good also, just blowing up people's lands, or Moxen really. But Scalding Turn, out of a pack that's otherwise unexciting, this is the time to pick it up. Ooh, there's some cards here, that's for sure. There's Time Twister, which has been amazing for me. And there's Mana Drain. So I think it's going to be those two. It's not really fitting with the green deck, but Time Twister is just great. If you get a bunch of Moxen and Twister, it's an easy way to win the game. Otherwise, High Tide, another deck that I want to try, but I think just Twister and Mana Drain are the picks here. Well, no good green cards. There is Through the Breach, which also works in the channel deck. There's Brain Freeze for Storm, Watery Grave as a good fetch, Inquisition, but really there's nothing I'm super excited about. Maybe Brain Freeze. Channel could also be good in like a Storm deck. Commit to Memory, that's also one I've been happy with. I also don't mind taking Water Grave Inquisition. I think I'll do that. Again, no power, not yet. Mirari Conjecture and Tendrils, we could do that and try to go the Storm route. Otherwise there's Steam Vents as another duel. I like Steam Vents. I also like Mana Leak. You know what? I'll take Steam Vents and Leak. Not great cards, really. I'm tempted to just take lands again, but at some point I need actual playable cards. The Stormcaller is good, but we don't have anything super busted with it. But maybe we just take it here and then Remand. I mean, these duels are not that exciting because we already have the other versions of it. So the second version of a duel, never that important. So take the Stormcaller and just Remand. Another somewhat unexciting pack. We could take Leovold. I think I want the Skydiver. I've been happy with that card. And Preordain, also nice. Leovold, not bad. Leovold Twister. Leovold anything. Let's take the Leovold. Ooh, another channel. And then we can take an Ulamog. Double channel makes that a lot more reliable. I'm kind of down for it. We do need decent fixing for these channels, but we'll take them here. Well, talking about decent fixing, there's a Tropical. There's Tinker, but we don't have many artifacts. There's Mana Crypt. So what I think I'll do is I'll take Tropical Island and then I could take Mana Crypt. But looking at our deck, there's not that many cards to use Colorless Mana on. Otherwise, I might take Vampiric Tutor just to make channel more consistent, but that's ambitious on the mana base if we're going to do that in turn 2. Let's take the Crypt. Another Crypt, Dak Faden. I've been really impressed with Dak, just stealing Moxen and unramping your opponent and ramping yourself. So I think it's Mana Crypt and Dak. Dak we can splash quite easily. Ooh, Emrakul. I think we want that to go with our channel. And then Fallen Shinobi is nice. Verdant Catacombs to make the channel more consistent, or Wheel of Fortune. We only really have Leovold to go with Wheel of Fortune. So I think I'll take the Verdant. I'm fine splashing Dak, but I don't want to get too greedy with our splashes. Yeah, let's take the Verdant. What do we want here? I think Preordain. Nice blue card. Dig for that channel. Maybe Primeval Titan or just the Hydroid Crisis. I think I'll take the Titan. Finally, a Mox. It's not a Mox we really want, but it is a Mox. And then I think we take Time Spiral also. Just a draw 7. Or we can take Counterspell as a more defensive card. But I think Time Spiral may be better. Or Ulamog to just make channel better. Yeah, I think I'd take Ulamog. I can do without the Time Spiral. But I really, really want to make sure that if I have the channel, I have a fatty to go with it. Here, there's Windswept Heath as another land, and Shelldock. We have enough playables. So we have 16 cards now, so we need to add some more. We're only getting 8 more. So we can't keep taking all the lands. I definitely want Shelldock. Shelldock is decent with a big Eldrazi too. Take the Primeval Titan or just a Jace. I think I'm just gonna take the Windswept Heath for the Vista. I mean, having Channel in your deck does really commit you to some color requirements. I guess this just gets blue-green and this gets blue-green too, so let's take the Vista. Okay, that is a Mox and a Time Walk. And there's also Kozilek, but I think having the other Mox is pretty important. And Time Walk is just great. Well, there's another land, but we really have to stop taking lands. Another thing that we can take is Plow Under. I do want the Shelldock. And then we can take Green Sun Zenith or maybe Dismember. Dismember can be good. Let's take that. Oh, another Mox, but that's sort of a land. Mind's Desire? Maybe. Is this a Mind's Desire deck? We can play a bunch of these and then Mind's Desire and maybe hit one of the big Eldrazi's. Or we can take a Seagate Stormcaller. We do have the Time Walk. We have Inquisition, Preordain. That's about it. So I think 1 is fine, but we don't want too many more. Maybe Night's Whisper. We have another fixing. Drawing some extra cards could be good. We'll take the Mox. Well, we didn't get another Eldrazi. I think I would have liked to have gotten 1 more, but it's not to be. I like Metamorph here, and honestly I like Vista, but that might be pushing it. So again, let's count. I also could take Golos actually. Golos seems good too, because we can activate Golos with all of our things. Yeah, let's take Golos and the Metamorph. And we probably have to play Dismember. Add lands to this. If we add these, we have 14. We're pretty high on mana sources, but I think I like this. I haven't tried a channel deck, so hopefully we can get to channel some big Eldrazi's on turn 2. We didn't get a Mox that lets us do it on turn 1, so that's unfortunate, but otherwise this seems sweet. It's a different take, so let's see how it does. Well, this hand doesn't do anything, so let's mull this. Well, if we had green mana, we could channel on Eldrazi, but we don't, so it's not a mulligan. And this one's probably fine. We get to hopefully take something with Inquisition and then Twister to get back some of the cards we've lost. Put back Ulamog and I think Time Twister. Time Walk. Time Walk's great, but not if you're not ahead on board. It's really broken when you can push your advantage. They have an island and a mana crypt. And that's a scary start. You don't do anything. Dark Fate and I like, but I think what I'll do here is I'll just fetch for a swamp. Yep, swamp. Inquisition them. Looks like this is getting countered. Mana leak. Yep, that's fine. Nope, can't pay. Pass the turn. Let's see them do their worst. Now they have more to do with the mana? No. I was gonna say, that would be surprising. Lose the flip, please. And no, they won the flip. Boo. Swamp and Trinket Mage. Are they getting a Lotus? Mox Jet. It's not bad, but it's kind of like a Sylvan Ranger or a Wood Elves. And we draw a Forest. It's not what we need. We actually need both a blue and a red source to be able to play this deck. I think we'll get Steam Vents. Yes. And then Preordain. Mana Crypt and a Watery Grave. I think I want both. Yeah, I think I want both. Put the Mana Crypt on top and the Watery Grave on top. Hopefully we can resolve the deck, steal their Mox, and then Time Twister. Kind of want to steal their Mana Crypt, but having 2 Mana Crypts might be a little bit too much. And they won the flip again. Lucky them. If you play the Watery Grave untapped, we do take a ton of damage. And they attack with the Trinket Mage. Yep. Take our 2 down to 14. Ooh, we're getting Shinobi'd. Ugh. Well, we know that they're hitting Mana Crypt, so I guess that... and a Mana Leak. So their Shinobi hit's not insane. I'm curious if they even played a Mana Crypt. Maybe they're scared of doing that. Shinobi's going to be hard to beat though. I guess our best draw is Dismember. Yeah, they don't play the Mana Crypt. Ooh, Mana Drain. Well, I think our line is just to play this Time Twister. Hope to draw a Mox and be able to Dismember this Fallen Shinobi. We are not able to do that. Well, we're not just dead, but Fallen Shinobi has a lot of scary hits. We have 3 big Eldrazi's that we really don't want them to hit. I imagine we've lost this game. They lose the flip, but that doesn't really matter. Channel's also pretty bad now, and our new hand's not great. So I fully expect to lose. See what they hit. Channel and Mox Pearl. I mean, we're pretty much out of it. I'm just going to scoop. Maybe we could win this, but I don't see how with this hand. Let's just submit. Would you like to play first? Yes, please. What is it with these hands? I mean, come on. I think our fixing is pretty decent, but we're just not getting any lands. Oh, this seems good. Although, does it? I do keep. I just don't want to mulligan any further. Put away the Seagate Stormcaller. It's the only card we can cast, but doesn't actually do anything. They also mull to 5. That's something at least. Play the Trap and pass. Island. Mox Pearl. Yep. And nothing. Prismatic Vista. I think we fetch for a swamp and then just Night's Whisper. And then if this gets countered, we have Leovold next turn. Looks like it's getting countered. Miscalculation. Yep, that happens. No, we can't pay. Pass. They mull to 5, so maybe they don't have a lot of gas left. Watergrave untapped, so they do have something to play. Tinker. Well, maybe it's something we can steal with Dak. I really need a red source. I guess we can dismember also. Or an Ulamog. That is cool too. I guess we just dismember on upkeep. And then we need to draw a black source. I think we do this now. And then hope to draw a red source. Oh wow, they even have a counter for this? Well, I guess we lose then. Yeah, never beating that. Rough set of draws, rough game. Oh, we even would have gotten the red source. If we'd played Leovold, then maybe... Well, I guess not. They would have just mana drained our deck, but... Okay, on to game 2. Match 2, and we have this hand. We can play double Mana Crypt and Golos on turn 1, but we are taking a boatload of damage if we do that, so I think I will not. Can also play Time Walk. I think we'll just start with a Sheldock Owl. Well, our opponent's going first, so that might influence our decision depending on what they do on turn 1. Watery Grave. Untapped. Brainstorm. Wow, that's aggressive. And they don't do anything. We draw a second Sheldock. Let's just play our first and... yeah, put Emrakul underneath it. And now we just want to turbo through our deck, I guess. And Dak can help with that. Island Brawl. Ooh, this might be a storm deck. Would you like to pay 2? Yes, please. Play the Crypt and play Dak. Draw 2. Discard Island Sheldock. I don't need a second. And then we just pass. We just want to be able to get this Emrakul. See if they saved up a bunch of Moxen and can just kill us this turn. It's not unreasonable. Swamp. Ooh, they don't do anything. Start by attacking. They attack. Dak. Okay. Mana Crypt. See if we can win the flip. Heads always. We won the flip. That's good. Primeval Titan. I think I want to start by preordaining. Don't need either of these. Mana Drain. Cool. That's Dak. Discarding the Forest and probably the Titan. We're not doing that. Now, I can try and keep up Mana Drain, or I can go for the Time Walk, but then there's a chance they just counter. I think I'll just play the land now, and then next turn we can have Mana Drain up when we try and go to Time Walk. And then with the Dak, the turn after, we should be able to go down to 20 cards in library. What is this? A Lightning Bolt? Taxion Probe. Yep, they can see our hand. And they don't do anything. They actually tapped their red mana and then decided to play the probe, but then you can't get the mana back anymore. They're attacking Dak. Dak goes down to 3. That's fine. Then they don't do anything. See if we can win the flip again. No, we lost the flip. Down to 15. They have like a Vendilion click? Not yet. I guess we Dak, Ulamog, and discard the Swamp and the Watery Grave. Play the Trap. And then... let's Time Walk. That resolves. That's good. Then we can play an extra Mana Crypt and the Golos. Do we really need to? No, I don't think so. Next turn we get the Sheldock, so seems good enough. And then Sheldock, Emrakul. You have to sack everything. Heads, won the flip. Cool. Mox Pearl. I do think we just do this now. Ooh, Channel also. Get rid of this Golos. Get rid of the Mana Crypt. Let's just use the Sheldock, cast Emrakul, take an extra turn. This should be good enough. They still want to play. Well, let's play a Mox Pearl. Do we really need to do anything? I don't think so. Just keep counter mana up. Yeah, that's cool. Sideboarding, we don't have any more playables, so no thank you. Let's see. In this hand, we have a Mana Crypt, we have a Time Walk, but it doesn't really do anything. So let's just mull. Inquisition, Channel. We're missing the second green, so I think we do keep this. What do we put back? As much as I like having Inquisition, I think that's the one we put back. If we had a mulligan, this hand would be great, but Now it's missing that bit of interaction, but Ulamog, pretty good still. Misty, fetch, Watery Grave. Untapped, Mox Sapphire. Is it Signet? Well, there's a Twister. Let's play the Trop, and hopefully we can draw a forest or a green source. Otherwise, we get to steal one of their artifacts. Jace. Jace is good. Ponder. Come on, shuffle. No, they kept. Time Walk. Just play the swamp, play the deck, and hopefully that's good. Yeah, deck resolves. Gain control of target artifact. I think we steal their... What do we steal? There is a Signet. Brainstorm. Sure. And then next turn we get the Time Walk, and then we plus deck, and then maybe we can steal another artifact of theirs. Spirebluff Canal. Loot with Jace. Jace is not going to flip just yet. Ooh, Black Lotus. Scary. Mox Pearl. So we get to go Mox Pearl plus deck. I think we maybe just discard Channel Ulamog, as weird as that sounds. Or we discard Ulamog Preordain. What I kind of want to do is go Time Walk Twister. Is that too risky? You only have 2 cards in hand. You can also discard Mox Preordain. Next turn we can steal their Lotus. They sack it, obviously. My first inclination is to discard Channel Ulamog, but that seems wrong. Maybe it's just Twister Mox. Yeah, Twister Mox seems... It's just too scary with the amount of stuff that they have. And then it feels really weird doing this. Just take the extra turn, or at least try to. That resolves. Preordain. Ooh, both are good, but I think we want to Trop for sure. Pass the turn to ourselves. We draw a forest. That's not great. Let's play this. Channel. Pay a life. 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 I guess we can just tap the rest of our mana. Pay a life. Pay a life. Ulamog. Eat their Jace. Eat their Watery Grave. They make a blue. Ulamog resolves. Guess we just pass. Or, well, at least we pass priority. Mana goes out of the pool. Now... I'm tempted to steal, but it might be better to keep the deck around. What are they going to do against Ulamog? Actually, I'm just going to steal the Lotus. That's the scariest thing they could do here. Yeah, I understand. They probably just crack it, but now they have 3 mana and then they need to find a way to beat us. Hull Breacher. Well, I'm glad I didn't draw cards with that. And I'm also glad we didn't Time Twister. Preordain. Made the right call here, and they scoop. Sweet. On to match 3. Third and final round. We're on the play, so that's always good. We have a channel. We don't have a big Eldrazi, and we don't have a second green source. We do have a Thieving Skydiver and a Mana Leak. Do we keep this? It's not particularly broken. I think we can do better. This looks better. Honestly, yeah. Just keep this. Put back probably the Primeval Titan, and then just go turn 1, Trop, Crypt, Time Walk. Doing this Time Walk maybe a little greedy. It resolves, and then just untap. We go heads, lost the flip. But now we get to play this land, and then just Time Twister. Oof, that is a bunch of mocks, and I do feel like we just play them out. And say go. They have an island and nothing. Heads again, 1 to flip. Cool. Start by preordaining. Or maybe we just start by casting a Leovold, actually. Stops a bunch of nonsense. I do want to try and channel, and I want to channel before our Mana Crypt destroys us. Flooded Strand. Steam Vents, untapped. So they have something to play. Time Walk. Okay. Just an Explore. Bloodstained Mire. Our opponent seems to be confused about something. Oh, they don't have a swamp or... Ooh, that's rough. Is it Signet? Sure, but not finding with your fetch. Feels bad. Well, we get to preordain, put this away, take the deck, play this land, go deck, steal their artifact, and attack with the Leovold. And we could have Night's Whisper too. A little worried that when we find the channel, maybe we can't actually use it. Maybe that's just not a thing we should be too concerned with. We also have Dak to help dig. Lost the flip again, yeah, I mean... It is a thing. Well, Emrakul is not what we want. Although, I guess if we find a channel, Emrakul is exactly what we want. So choose ourselves. Any channels. No! Hull Breacher? Okay. So we have to discard 2 cards and don't get anything to show for it. Yeah. I think I just discard these 2 lands. Don't want to cast Night's Whisper. That seems even worse. Okay. We have a game. And I'm worried about my Mana Crypt now. And now if they target our stuff, they even get to make treasures from the Leovold. Mystical Tutor. We need to find a channel pretty quickly. Ponder. They missed calls for Ponder. Seems a little weird, but well, that's unfortunate. Hull Breacher is so good. Right, we both don't draw a card. Interesting. But we have the Mana Crypt that we're losing to. At least we won the flip. Ooh, Primeval Titan. That's a nice one to draw. We needed something to pressure them. Primeval Titan. Let's go searching. And then we get to find 2 Shelldock. Oh man, that's good. That is real nice. Take, I guess, Ulamog. Well, both are Ulamogs, but one that exiles. And an Emrakul. Yes. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Any order. And then we can use the deck to steal one of their things. I think we just take the Mox and slam with the Leovold. Needs a race. I mean, as excited as I am about these Shelldocks, it's more likely that we just kill them with normal damage. Yeah, they scoop. Alright. Primeval Titan coming in clutch here. But that synergy with Primeval Titan finding 2 Shelldocks, I didn't really consider that when building the deck, but it seems great. Let's just submit. Let's be cautious of them having Hull Breacher and not just jam a Time Twister or a deck activation into it. And I really want a channel turn 2. This hand has the potential for it. If we can find a channel, we can do it. So let's keep. Flooded Strand, fetching. Yep. Island, Ponder, Ancestral. That's a lot better than Ponder. They do have to discard, unless they have a Mox. Yeah, they do have a Mox. Mox Diamond. Okay. Let's just preordain. So we're looking for a Greenland and channel. Second Ancestral must be nice. Our opponent is living the good life. There's Mana Crypt and there's Time Walk. I want both of these, then we can take 2 turns next turn. So put Time Walk on top and Mana Crypt on top. Draw the Mana Crypt, not play it. Don't need to take extra damage. We're already getting a bunch of flips. 2 Time Walk, yeah. What, they don't have lands? Wow, that's wild. They have a Jace. They fetch. Hopefully this is not a Time Twister. Is it Signet? That's fine. Hopefully no counter then. That's the next thing we're hoping to dodge. Let's go Mana Crypt. No counter for that. And Scalding Turn. Fetch. Get that Tropical. Because I do want to have the potential for a channel. Cast this guy. Whatever happens, we're getting to take 2 turns unless they have a first. Or 1 turn at least. They Mana Leak the guy. Sure. No. I do feel like I want to take a Time Walk here, because otherwise we're falling too far behind. We wouldn't have counter mana up either. Let's go heads. 1 to flip. Yay. Channel. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Channel. Just pay, 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 pay. Bunch of life. Maybe we lose to our own flips, but I doubt it. Taking their Mox, and there's its Signets. Okay. Play Steam Vents, and they scoop. Yes. So always nice to end the drafts doing the thing that you were trying to do. So this channel deck was pretty sweet. I think we lost the first one to just a generic blue good stuff deck. Not sure anymore. But mana base a little wonky, but channel, turn 2, still pretty good. Shelldock Isle also got us 1 or 2 Emrakuls. So definitely a viable deck. It's going to be a adjustment when regular cube comes back, and not every deck is as bonkers as this one.